Hello, this is Sparky Hobbies. My name is Ben, and welcome to another gameplay tutorial. Last time we saw a matchup between the Samurai deck and the Muraganda Petroglyphs, and the Samurai deck lost. And so it is now time for a rematch. To start a game, you need you and your opponent will need both a deck of 60 cards. If you do not have one, my suggestion would be to borrow one from a friend, or to go down to your local card shop and buy a pre-constructed theme deck for around $10, and they're really pretty good, a lot better than they used to be. And you need some way to represent life. Total of 20. My opponent's got some loose change there. I'm going to go ahead and be playing the Samurai deck. And we haven't really talked a lot about zones of play, but this is the battlefield. This is where all the attacking and permanents get placed once they resolve from the spells. He has a library, I have a library, and we're going to go ahead and put our graveyards over here. And so to start a game, you draw 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're all good. You need to, this all happens before the game, check on whether or not you want to keep your hand. Okay, so I'm playing the Samurai deck. I got 4 land, and I have some spells that I will be able to play with that land at some point. So I'm okay with this. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. If you do not, if it doesn't look like you're going to be able to play spells in the first couple turns, or you're going to run out of spells, and you're not really sure about whether or not you're going to be able to keep playing land down to play the rest of your spells, you might want to think and consider about throwing that hand back and drawing a new hand. And there are certain rules that in a 2-player game you're supposed to take a penalty every time you draw a new hand of, take 1 less card, so you get 1 less card. It's called mulligan, Paris mulligan. But there are different rules, and even in play groups sometimes you get a free one and then there's a penalty. So, talk it over with your friends and decide what you want to do with that. My opponent, yeah, he's going to go ahead and take this. And then we get to roll to see who goes first. This is completely arbitrary, rock, paper, scissors. Me and my friends, we usually roll 20-sided dice, but only 2 of us. So my opponent's going to roll a 6, and I am going to roll a 5. So my opponent doesn't have to go first, but she rather gets to choose whether or not they're going to go first. And since we're both playing sort of aggro creature style decks, he's going to go ahead and decide to go first. So let's get his battlefield ready to go. Okay, so untap is the first step of the game, and we haven't played any permanents yet, so there is nothing to untap. There are no cards that require upkeep. You get to draw, but because it's a 2-player game and drawing is such an advantage in a 2-player game, going first is such an advantage in a 2-player game, that the person who goes first does not get to draw. They have to skip their first draw. So they'll go right into their main phase, and he's going to go ahead and play plains, tap it, and play a creature. Let's go ahead and look at this creature. It's a little bit unusual. It's from a set called Portal, so it has some weird symbols that you usually don't find on most Magic cards. It has like a shield and a sword, and it has attack of 1, toughness of 2. It has no abilities. This is just the italicized text that tells you a little bit about it. It's flavor text. Voluntary Militia is its name. It costs 1 white. He paid the 1 white, fulfilling, and we're good to go. It does not have the ability haste, so that means that the Planeswalker cast him from his deck as a spell. He resolved, but he's a little bit disorientated and will not get to attack this turn. Next turn, it'll happen. He ends his turn and passes the turn to me. I get to untap. I have no permanents. I haven't played anything. Upkeep, I have no cards that require upkeep. I do get to draw because I did not get to go first, and I will play a plains, just your basic land that taps for white, and I will end my turn because I do not have I don't have any spells that I wish to play. I do have an Ethereal Haze, which will come in handy later possibly, but I don't have any spells that I want to play on the first turn. So he will untap Upkeep. Draw. He gets to draw for the first time. Main phase. He'll play Forest. He will tap 1 Plains and 1 Forest and play another card from an unusual set. Sorry about this for all those who are wanting something to see something how normal things go. Oh, bless me, I apologize. Okay. Blade of the Sixth Pride. Its casting cost is right over here. It costs 1 white and 1 of anything else. Its attack is in the bottom. It's got full frame dart. That is nice. It's 3/1. The reason that it's not its normal place is because of the particular set it's in. But nothing. It's a creature with no abilities. It's a 3/1. Great attack. Not very good toughness. I didn't play a creature last turn, and so that means that my opponent can declare that he's attacking. He can declare which attackers he's going to attack me with. Goes to me. If I had a special card or something I might be able to pull out of my hat, my magical hat, I might be able to block him, but I have nothing. So he attacks me for 1, I take the damage, it incurs. He goes to the second main, he decides to do nothing during his second main ends phase. Okay. Untap, I didn't tap. Draw, keep, draw. Oh, I got another Plains. I do have a special land. I'm thinking about when to play that special land. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about it when I play it. I'm going to play Mountain. So now I have the ability to generate a red or white. I'm going to go ahead and end my turn at that point, because I unfortunately don't have anything to play. So it becomes my opponent's turn. He untaps. He checks whether or not there are any cards that say upkeep, which there are not. So he gets to draw. Let's see here. I do have a choice on whether or not I want to do that. He will play Plains, since I'm kind of playing for him. He'll tap 1 and play a Savannah Lions. Another great attacker, not so great blocker, and it's an old card, and so it's a little bit hard to see its attack and toughness. Cost 1 white, he paid it. Great, cost 1 white, he paid it. It's a 2/1. The text is italicized, so it has no abilities, it's just flavor text. It's there to make the game more interesting. It does not have haste, so it cannot attack the turn it comes into play. It's still getting its bearings. And he looks around. I have no blockers, so he swings with a 1/2 and a 3/1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. I go from 19 to 15. Nothing during his second main phase, so he'll enter. Alright, I need something, or else I'm going to get my butt kicked. Okay, untap, upkeep, draw. Well, that'll work. I will play Plains. I will tap a red and 2 of something else, doesn't matter, to fulfill this person's requirement. So I paid 1 red, 2 colorless. Ronin Houndmaster. Where am I? Pointer. Okay, pointer. Pointer, get it right. Okay. He has haste, which is a keyword that will allow him to attack the very first turn he comes into play, but I'm a little bit running behind. He has 3 creatures to my 1. I'm probably going to leave him untapped and ready to block. Bushido, when he blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1. So in combat, he's actually a 3/3 if he's engaging with another creature. That's going to come in handy. So, Summoning Sick, no, it has haste. But I am not going to attack second main. I will not do anything. I will end my turn. My opponent, the Muraganda Petroglyphs, looks fairly dominant in this particular thing. What is with the light? Oh my goodness, it's like so bright. Okay, untap. Upkeep. No upkeep. Draw. Oh, indeedy. Excellent. Well, excellent for the Muraganda Petroglyphs deck, not so excellent for me, the Samurai, because he taps 1 green and 3 of something else to play the key card in this deck, namely an enchantment. So enchantments, once they resolve, are permanents. They stay on the board, and they do not attack or block. They have no power or toughness. But this one says that if your creature has no ability, mine or his, doesn't matter, it will get +2/+2. So before, my opponent had a 1/2, a 3/1, and a 2/1, but now he has a 4/3, a 5/3, and a 3/4. This is not looking good for me. Mostly because I only have this one blocker. So he's gonna swing. Why not? Such nice things to happen. I can't really sit back and take that amount of damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and block the 5/3, meaning the damage will not go through, and I will take a total of 4 plus 3, which is 7. I go from 15 to 8. Yes, we can do math. And both of these will take lethal damage, and they will go to the graveyard. That was sad. Second main, he doesn't really want to do anything. He'll end his turn. Untap. Upkeep. No upkeep. Draw. Alright. Do I have something? Not really. Alright, I will play a special land. Special land is probably not going to do anything for me right now because I am behind the times, and this one specifies creatures. Each cards are legendary land. What does legendary mean? It means you can only have one in play at any given time. Your opponent or you. If another one comes into play, they both get exiled, I believe. It's not destroyed, it's exiled. Yes. This one will tap for 1 mana immediately, 1 white mana, but I can pay 1 mana and tap it and prevent 2 damage to a legendary creature. But I don't have any creatures, so I'm just playing it for the 1 white mana, and I am tapping for 4 and playing a creature who is just like the last one. It's a 2/2 Bushidoed, but instead of haste, this guy has flying, which means that if he doesn't have flying, I can attack and he will not be able to block. He has Summoning Sickness, and I must end my turn. I'm all tapped out of land.